Listen up, Wine Coven. In case you missed it, the gals, that's me and Lucy, are going to Mexico City. We're going in January of 2026, and we really want you to come along, okay? It's going to be super fun. This is going to be a whirlwind trip of food and culture. We will see the work of legendary artists like Frida Kahlo and Diego Rivera. We're going to do some mezcal mixology. We're going to stroll through beautiful historic neighborhoods. We'll be enjoying tacos and tequila like a local. And whether you've visited before or it's your first time, it is my first time. I'm very excited. This itinerary is designed to maximize the memories in just 4 colorful, exciting, enriching days with us gals. We really, really love these trips. They are really incredible. Yeah, they're frankly incredibly life-changing. But honestly, you don't have to just take it from us. We wanted to share some feedback that we got from a recent traveler who joined us in Greece. This is a beautiful review. Enjoy it. We love it.
Yes, this review reads, "This trip was amazing before it even started. The fact that Lucy and Amanda can attract a group of strangers that get along as if they have taken 10 trips together beforehand is just spectacular." That is so true.
It's true. We mesh pretty instantly. It's kind of remarkable.
I felt welcome, safe, and included every step of the way. Tropa Trip and Wine and Crime obviously did a thorough job selecting the activities and hotels we enjoyed each day. I don't think it would have been hard to have a great time in Greece, but the selection was top-notch. Lucy and Amanda did a wonderful job hosting without it feeling forced. They genuinely wanted to be there and wanted to hang out and get to know us all. We super do.
We do.
Love it. So thank you, gals, for creating such an epic trip. I can't wait to book the next one.
That's from Tony Lee. Thank you so much, Tony.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see you in Mexico City, Tony. So whether you are traveling solo or with your bestie,
Your husband.
you're gonna make some new amazing friends, and we can't wait to be 2 of them. So tickets are going fast. We only have a few spots left. They're available now. So you can head to our website at wineandcrimepodcast.com for the link for the ticket purchase, and hopefully we'll see you in Mexico City.
Yes.
Wine and Crime contains graphic and explicit content which may not be suitable for some listeners. Listener discretion is advised.
You are listening to Wine and Crime, the podcast where 2 friends chug wine, chat true crime, and unleash their worst Minnesota accents.
We sure do. I watched a recording of myself the other day talking.
Never do that.
Well, considering what I do for a living, it's really weird how much I can't stand the sound of my own voice.
That's so human. Everybody, no, I mean, I feel the same way. And like how insane my face looks while I'm talking.
It's perfect.
Look at Blanche just absolutely wreaking havoc down here. Buddy.
Aww. But what I was going to say is, yeah, I do have an organic accent in day to day. It stands out. Also, June picked up a paper bag the other day and
paper
said, big.
Oh,
big.
God.
She also did her first ope.
She did?
Baby's first ope. I mean, it's just a noise, you know, who really knows? But it was an ope, and it was in the correct context. She dropped something and said, ope.
Whoop. I love that.
She also said baby's first, oh, fuck, the other day, but that's just typical baby.
You are not keeping me thoroughly updated. How am I just hearing about baby's first fuck, baby's first ope? I regret saying baby's first fuck. I don't like how that was phrased.
Nope. I actually didn't catch it till you backed on up and repeated it.
Well, because I'm processing what I've done. I'm sorry. These milestones are so special.
That's what needs to go in her baby book, which is right here, almost completely empty. God,
you're gonna have to add some
baby books.
You've got, almost 2 years to put in there. Isn't that crazy?
Don't remind me.
That's crazy.
But those are the milestones I'm going to start.
I love it. Because, won't she be 2 in December?
Mm-hmm.
God love her.
God love her.
They grow up so fast.
She also says, it's hot outside.
In December, it will be her
birthday.
And if you're wondering why we said that way, is because we have a very special fan pick from Sailor Alexandre. And they have chosen the topic of birthday crimes.
Birthday cake,
Birthday
cake, cake,
cake,
cake, cake,
it's your
cake,
motherfucking
cake,
birthday,
cake,
it's your birthday.
cake.
And this episode comes out not far from my birthday.
Nope, that was intentional.
That's very sweet of you, scheduler Lucy. God
You're
bless.
welcome.
And Sailor gave us a lot of runway on this. Like, basically, pick something that happened on your birthday, maybe somewhere in history, maybe somewhere locally, maybe something you experienced, maybe it was also someone else's birthday. So we're probably gonna have stuff. I'm gonna have stuff from September 30th in history.
Not of 87.
No, I have a historical case that.
Me too.
What?
I actually have two.
Oh my God! So let's
Two historical July 2nd cases.
Let's get into it. Sailor also gave us so much freedom, God bless, on the wine pairing. They just wanted it to be a THC beverage. And let me tell you,
You've got some.
I love that. Well, okay. Got some in my possession right now? No, I didn't plan well for this. And as we record this, we are leaving for our gals trip to Ireland in mere days. And so our fridge and cabinets are pretty bare bones. We're on rations. We're not doing a big shop before we travel because we're going to be gone for 10 days. So
That's responsible. I got rid of a bunch of garden produce today.
that was, unnecessary. Like, unfortunately necessary, not unnecessary.
I gave it away. It'll get used. It wasn't wasted.
Great. Oh, perfect. That's perfect. You got rid of it. You didn't throw it out. Love that for you.
Correct.
But despite the fact that I'm not sipping it, doesn't mean I'm not using it. I am definitely enjoying my flower today and in all days. But I wanted to shout out, and I have shouted them out before because it is hands down my favorite THC beverage in the Twin Cities, and that is Flavor Pixels. And this is made by Insight Brewing here in Minneapolis. I think they're over in Northeast. I don't quite remember if that's Insight or Indeed or if they're right down the street from each other. I don't know. But they have, I think, what tastes the best and is priced the best for like the milligram and size that you are getting from these THC beverages, because some of these have gotten quite expensive, and I understand that things cost money. But when it comes to your weed, you should make sure that you are getting all the bang that you can for your buck. And the fun thing about the Flavor Pixels option is that you can get them in 10 milligrams or 5 milligrams. I love that they don't have a bunch of added sugars. Like, they really do taste to me like a flavored sparkling water. I usually get the 10 milligram. I have two go-to favorites, either the mix pack, which has a bunch of different flavors in it. It has like a mixed berry, an orange, a grapefruit, which is super, super good, and a mango. But if you're feeling really special, if you're feeling like the dog days of summer are ending and you would like to extend them, then I cannot recommend highly enough their orange creamsicle.
Oh, damn.
Bitch. It's so fucking good. But they also have cherry lime. They have peach mango. The blackberry lemon is also really, really good. It kind of tastes like a lemonade. And there's a couple of different mix packs you can get. So you can get the mix pack with the flavors that I listed earlier, but you can also get one that has blackberry, lemon lime, pineapple, and like tangerine. So they have all kinds of different fun flavors that you can get. You can get them in 6-packs, or you can get them in like the bigger 12 packs. We usually just go for the 12 pack of the 10 milligram because I want it all. I want the most and
Just
the most.
get it. You're not here to waste your time.
Yes. And those retail in like the $50 to $60 range. But then if you're going lighter on the THC and lighter on the amount, so I can get the 12 pack of 5 milligrams for $45. You can get the 6 packs for $25 of the 10 milligram. They have a lot of different options depending on what your budget is. And I know that like these beverages do get expensive, but these are locally made. You can like feel good about who you're supporting. And for the Twin Cities shoppers, the Flavor Pixel really is like some of the best bang for your buck for the size and the amount of THC that they're putting in there. Also, I don't want to be a turd, but like pro tip, it is usually cheaper to buy them at the liquor store than it is to get them at, we don't even really have dispensaries yet, but like at a weed shop. So if you're really trying to like stretch your budget as far as you possibly can, take a look at even places like Total Wine, other liquor stores that carry THC beverages. Most of them in the Twin Cities have them anymore. So check there first before you're adding them to your purchase of gummies like at the THC store. Or if you've got the budget, then definitely give the money to your favorite store. I just know that a lot of us listening, myself included, are broke bitches, and we gotta get our kicks at on a dime. You know, we
at
need
Lund's.
No. You think I can afford to shop at Lund's?
What was I thinking of? Cub.
Good. There it is. That's
Some
more
one
in alignment.
syllable. Yeah, sorry. You're sorry I made you sweat there.
No,
Lund's.
that's okay. I have a Lund's near me. I go to it on occasion for
They're beautiful.
their really good meat counter and their really good produce, but I usually try not to because it's more expensive than the co-op. It's so expensive.
I know, it's so expensive. There is much to be said about the psychology of like a low ceiling and like warmer lighting.
It's
feels
true.
better.
I want you to dive into the research on this. Maybe while you're enjoying a Flavor Pixel 10 milligram THC beverage.
Okay. Twist my arm.
Yeah, crack one of those. I just have a regular water. And while we go to a quick break to hear a word from our sponsors, and while I maybe get this bag of bedding away from my rabbit who is trying to open it and play with it, I'm going to hit the Benjamin. And then we'll come back and talk about more birthday crimes after we hear a word from our sponsors.
I love that. Let's do it.
Okay, here we go. I really like makeup, but I don't wear a lot of it. Honestly, for me, I think a lot of it is a sensory thing. I don't like to feel cakey or like, I don't like to really look or feel like I'm wearing much makeup. You know what I'm saying? I also just get a little bogged down in the process of like a daily makeup routine. And I'm telling you right now, Jones Road Beauty is like checking every box. Their palettes are so easy and versatile, and they're lightweight and just provide this really beautiful, like natural, glowy, more like a skincare look. And I am fully obsessed with it.
Yeah, this Miracle Balm palette. We got it in the mail and I was like, I don't really know what am I supposed to do with this? Oh, wait, it's so intuitive.
Yeah.
You can use this as a highlighter, a bronzer, a blush, even a lip tint.
Balm. Yes.
It's so much faster to use than all my other makeup because you don't need a brush or a sponge or whatever. Just use it on your fingers. It's very forgiving. You can kind of blend it in. And then afterwards, you have this beautiful kind of dewy glow. It's really nice. So it gives you that, like, it's your skin, but it just looks a little bit better glow.
Yeah.
In like under a minute. This stuff is perfect for travel. Stick it in your purse after a workout class. Put a couple little dabs on your cheeks.
Yes.
You look like you have a healthy circulatory system, and that is important for me. But also, I just feel a little bit prettier, and it's just very easy. So every formula of Jones Road Beauty is packed with skin-loving ingredients, so it nourishes your skin instead of clogging or caking or like drying out. It looks supernatural. It feels supernatural, like you're not wearing makeup at all.
Can confirm all my sensory overwhelm. This does not trigger any of it.
All Jones Road formulas are also clean and high-performing, so there's no phthalates, sulfates, petrolatum, PEGs, cyclic silicones, EDTA, or BPA. Like, I don't even know what half that stuff is, but now we don't have to. This is a no-brainer. It's clean beauty. Jones Road doesn't just have their famous Miracle Balm either. They've built a full lineup of effortless skin-first staples like their Just Enough Tinted Moisturizer. We love a tinted moisturizer. This is a lightweight formula that smooths and evens skin tone with just a soft touch of coverage. So it's just going to hide any redness. It looks very natural and it feels like there's nothing on your skin. It's not going to clog you up. It's perfect.
Yep. That's the move. Modern day makeup that's clean, strategic, and multifunctional for effortless routines. For a limited time, our listeners are getting a free cool gloss on their first purchase when they use code GALS at checkout. Just head to jonesroadbeauty.com and use code GALS at checkout. After your purchase, they will ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them our show sent you. Y'all, do you have people in your life that are so impossible to shop for that it just grinds your gears? It gives you terrible anxiety?
My dad.
Yeah. Everybody loves a cherished memory, so I'm about to tell you that you can give them that, as Easy Canvas Prints makes cherishing life's most precious moments easier than ever. Get affordable and fully customized canvases and photo gifts like photo tiles. I love these because, I love a gallery wall. You can get mugs. You can get pillows. Give your mom a pillow with your face on it. And so much more, shipped fast.
Yeah, if you're wondering what to get for your mother-in-law, trust me, this is the easiest solution you'll ever find. With hundreds of combinations to choose from, Easy Canvas Prints has the perfect gift for literally any occasion. Bring your memories to life with Easy Canvas Prints. Order now on www.easycanvasprints.com/gals for a discount on 16 by 20 canvases.
Woo! Fall is here, babes. It's in full swing. This is the perfect time to refresh your wardrobe with pieces that feel as good as they look. You gotta layer, people. That's the name of the game when it's cold. And luckily, Quince makes it easy to look polished, stay warm, and save big without compromising on quality.
Sweater tees. The little cashmere sweater tees.
Wool coats.
Oh, my Lord. Quince has all Italian leather.
I can't.
They have all the elevated essentials for fall, like 100% Mongolian cashmere starting at $50. Yeah. Washable silk tops and skirts, perfectly tailored denim. Like we were listing, wool coats, jewelry, beautiful leather bags, shoes, baby stuff, bedding. All at prices that feel too good to be true. These pieces look designer level, but they cost a fraction of the price, and the quality is just as good as those super expensive, like aspirational pieces, if not better. So they do this by partnering directly with ethical top-tier factories and cutting out the middlemen. So Quince delivers luxury quality pieces at half the price of similar brands. And if we haven't expressed it enough, they have something for everyone.
They really do.
This is the kind of wardrobe upgrade, people, that feels smart, stylish, effortless, and you're gonna be happy with the price.
So keep it classic and cozy this fall with long-lasting staples from Quince. Go to quince.com/wine for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/wine to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/wine. All right, Lucy.
Yes?
What do you got for us this week for birthday crimes? I'm very excited. I feel like the hotter the weather, the weirder the crime, and you've got a July birthday.
I'm in the smack dab middle of the year, pretty much.
Yeah, the dead heat of summer.
I love it.
I know, you do.
Crime,
it's perfect
cicadas. Yeah. Lightning bugs. Remember those. God.
Yeah, I went on a Minneapolis Parks Board
Oh, you've told us about this.
walk
Yeah, I'm so jealous.
at the Quaking Bog to see fireflies this summer. It changed my DNA. It was magical. If you pay attention to your Parks Board activities,
Yeah, they're very cool.
that is a New
Also,
Year's resolution that I can stand behind.
We have a local garden center called Ted Lair Garden and Design. I went there twice last weekend.
Gorgina.
They always have fun things going on. Subscribe
Yes.
to the e-newsletters. Read them. Crack them open.
Crack them open.
There's fun stuff to do.
There's so many cool free community events through your local Parks Board. Do it.
Yep.
Sign up. That firefly shit was so fucking cool. It was so beautiful. And I learned so much.
You really did.
Oh,
They're crucial to the ecosystem.
they really are. They have created leaps and bounds in medical discovery. And just
So,
science.
July 2nd, my birthday. Well,
A
a lot of
glorious
bad
day.
things have happened. Exactly. A lot of bad things have happened in history. So just
Every
statistically, a bunch of bad things have happened on the day of my birth, including that is the day, apparently, that Amelia Earhart disappeared.
Bye, bitch.
So I was going to kind of cover that, but then, like, what's there to say?
Well, and we've already covered it.
Yeah.
She gone.
So there's that. There was also a horrific stampede of people at the Hajj, like Mecca.
What?
They were all trying to, like, get through a tunnel. Like 1,400 people were trampled to death. This is in 1990.
Oh,
but
my God.
But that's happened, like, several times.
Honestly, being crushed under a crowd of human beings is a fear. I don't love hugely crowded places.
No.
Because if there were an emergency, and God knows, living in America, you're on edge at any moment, but especially in like a packed place, and then people panic.
Did you watch the Astroworld documentary on Netflix?
Yeah, it
There's
fucked
like
me up.
that crowd expert who was talking about how that happens, and people move like liquid.
Oh God!
And if you get under like the wave,
you're fucked.
You're not getting up. Oh my God! And that's not even just being so close together. You're crushing people who are standing upright,
stampeding on top of bodies that have fallen to the ground.
Yeah.
And I'm a trip hazard. I broke my foot taking a walk.
Sure did. Not even really taking a walk. You were in the parking lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Walking from a lift cab to a beach on a flat surface with a cleared trail.
Oh my God. Sober as a judge.
Sober. Not a trap. Not a puff.
Well, fortunately, none of the cases that I actually covered had to do with stampedes. I didn't cover those two things, but those are two little extras for you.
Good God. Bonuses, I guess. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm blessed. Blessed and highly favored.
So my first case is a tale of a woman just doing woman things.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you're not necessarily going to hate her.
I can't wait to hear what the woman things are.
Also, she has the best name.
What's her name?
Bathsheba. Her name is Bathsheba Ruggles. Shout out Jojo Ruggles.
God bless the Ruggles.
God bless the Ruggles. It's a very old, storied family name.
Mm-hmm.
So Bathsheba Ruggles was born February either 13th or 15th, but a Pisces either way.
Okay.
1745.
Wow.
In Sandwich, because that was a real place in like the 13 colonies.
Oh.
To her father, because we don't actually know who her mother was, but presumably she had one. But her father is very noteworthy. This is Brigadier General Timothy Ruggles. He was a very wealthy man who had held some of the most prominent positions in the Massachusetts Bay Colony.
Okay.
So he was a loyalist, meaning he was loyal to the British.
Mm-hmm.
So he wasn't really on the American side as things panned out.
Mm-hmm.
So Bathsheba, I'm going to call her Bath.
Okay.
Bath was said to be her father's favorite child. I think she was one of like 4 or 5. Mm-hmm. She was educated. She had everything money could buy. When she was about 21 years old, Bath was arranged to be married to the son of a wealthy Boston merchant.
Okay.
It's actually not determined if this was an arranged marriage or if it was a legit romance.
Mm-hmm.
It does sort of matter. So just keep that, I guess, in the back of your mind.
Okay.
This guy's named Joshua Spooner. He was 4 years her senior. He lived in Brookfield, Massachusetts. The two got married in 1766. They moved into a nice 2-story home in Brookfield. They lived in relative affluence. Mm-hmm. And they had 4 kids between 1767 and 1775, one of whom died in infancy. But she had kids in a relatively short period of time. She saddled.
Yep.
So keep in mind, at this time, class distinctions were super important and social status was based on family lineage. Mm-hmm. So both of these people were very privileged and also somewhat in the public eye, like people knew who they were.
Okay.
When the American Revolution began in 1765, Bath's dad, the loyalist, remained a loyalist, and he was ultimately banished from Massachusetts. And the hatred generated by this extended to members of his family.
Okay, so they hated him for being a loyalist. He gets banished, but then they're hating on his descendants and family members as well, even if they didn't necessarily agree with him politically.
Yeah.
Got it.
So they're a bit tarnished. Reputations are tarnished. So the dad was forced to flee to Canada in 1774, and his massive estates were confiscated. Josh, husband, supported the Patriots, while Bath shared her father's views.
Oh, a split in the household.
Vikings versus Packers. This caused much tension in the Spooner marriage, as you can imagine.
I mean, people are really intense about the Packs or Vikes. A lot of marriages don't survive.
And when Bath said she wanted to go visit her father in Canada, Josh was like, no.
No. So he could fill your head with more British loyalist bullshit? Absolutely not.
Probably, but it's also her dad.
Yeah.
It wasn't great. Author M.V.B. Purley describes in his book, James Leslie of Topsfield, Massachusetts, and Some of His Descendants.
Catchy
the title of the book.
Yep.
Quote, Mr. Spooner was a retired lumberman, passively disposed and of simple tastes. His wife was Bathsheba, daughter of Chief Justice Ruggles. She never knew the want of a luxury that money could buy, and was haughty and imperious, and the house was divided against itself.
She's used to getting what she wants.
She sure is. Also, Josh was abusive, and Bath fucking hated him. It was described as her having a, quote, utter aversion to him.
To her husband. Oh, God.
It wasn't great.
Not great.
But also, women could not just go out and get a divorce at this time.
No, there was fuck
either.
all she could do about it.
Fuck all she could. Well, there were a couple things she could try.
Oh, my God. Kill him.
In the spring of 1777, 16-year-old Ezra Ross, who was a soldier in the Continental Army, he was literally a Continental soldier.
Yeah. 16.
16 years old. He was fighting under General George Washington. He was walking home from Washington's winter camp in Morristown, New Jersey, when he fell ill with fever and somehow ended up at the Spooner home, and he was nursed back to health by 32-year-old Bathsheba Spooner.
Uh-oh. I don't like that we're focusing so much on the age gap here. Oh, no!
She's literally twice his age.
Oh, no. Girl, don't go for it. Don't do it.
The two became close.
Oh, no.
As his strength returned, Ezra began accompanying Bath on rides in the countryside. Major Benjamin Russell, I don't know who that is in the context of this story, but who cares, would later recall, quote, seeing Ezra, Ross, and Mrs. Spooner riding on horseback together. The former was a fine-looking youth, and the beauty of the latter, who was a remarkable horsewoman, has not been exaggerated in the least by traditional accounts.
All right. They were both hot.
They were both hot.
Okay. Good
He's
for them.
16 by modern laws, very much not cool.
They were clearly cool with it.
Civil War, it was consensual, and honestly, she needed an outlet, I think.
Oh my God, no. We are not apologists for Bath being
Well, definitely
twice
not.
the age of this little boy.
Here we go.
No.
Ezra kept going back and forth from the army, stopping over at the Spooner house on his way to say hi and like hang out. He was also friends with Josh. So he was just like a friend of the family. In October 1777, he took a long staycation with the family, staying through Christmas and into the new year. So he was there for like 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, he basically moved in.
He traveled with Josh on business trips, as well as carrying on an illicit affair with Bath. And wouldn't you know it, she fell pregnant. She's so fertile.
No. Oh, dear.
Again, from Purley's book. On Ezra's return from his second enlistment, gratitude prompted him to visit his benefactress.
AKA his wife?
No, this is Ezra.
Oh,
who felt compelled to visit and say thank you, Mrs. Spooner, his benefactress. He was youthful and had a fine physique and stature far beyond his years. He was active, social, witty, and handsome. She was artful, seductive, and profligate. Just means like excessive.
Obsessed.
Mr. Spooner was in her way, and he was removed.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Mr. Spooner's
Poor
in the
Mr.
way.
Spooner. Whatever. Mr. Spooner was also a dick, but let's just say
Everyone's a dick. Actually, well,
everybody
Ezra,
kind of, well, yeah, it's the early colonies, but everybody kind of just sucks all around in this whole situation.
yeah, well, we'll get to it. This is from womenhistoryblog.com. In February 1778, Ezra Ross once again traveled with Joshua Spooner, this time on an extended trip to Princeton, Massachusetts, where Josh owned a potash business.
Okay.
I love potash. So old-timey. Mm-hmm. Bath secured a bottle of aqua fortis, or nitric acid, with which Ezra was to spike Joshua's bedtime toddy.
Oh, the last and hottest toddy of your life.
Well, not really, because Ezra backed out of the plan.
Oh, okay. Probably, you know what? Good for him. Don't be a
Good for
murderer.
him. I know. Ezra's totally the least worst person in this whole story.
He's a child.
Yes, well, at this point, he's like 18, but yes, you're right. So Ezra, he got freaked out and he went back to his parents' house at the end of the trip. He's like, I'm not even going home with you. I gotta go home.
You're trying to get me to kill this guy? I'm calling my mom.
Yeah.
Like, this has gone too far.
Calling my mom.
I need to call my mom.
That's me like 4 times a day.
Yeah.
Apparently, Bath did not have complete faith in young Ezra because while he was gone, before she knew that he pussed out on this project, she invited 2 guys named James Buchanan and William Brooks. Buchanan and Brooks, who are 2 British deserters from General Burgoyne's defeated army. Lots of B's with these boys, so the 2 B's. Buchanan and Brooks. Got it?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so they're British deserters. So they're kind of like scumbags who they shouldn't really be there in the first place. You know what I mean? I don't know how she met him, but she did. So she invited them over to discuss ideas for killing her husband.
Okay. Yeah, like, okay, I'm trying to get my 16-year-old boyfriend to do it, but, like, he's such a baby. So I'm going to put together a backup plan. Would you guys, if he pushes out, will you guys
if and when this falls through,
because
you guys just handle it?
Counting on it to fall through. There's no way he's going to do this.
She's not wasting time, honestly. She's planning ahead. She's being, given how we're not approving of the whole thing.
Yeah. I'm
She's planning ahead. She's just doing woman stuff. She's staying on top of it.
I am super cool with people eliminating their abuser. I will never be like mad about it.
Yeah.
I understand that there are laws in a society. There are rules. I'm not saying go out there and just do it. But given the systems that have quote unquote served to protect women,
I feel like it's fair to take it into your own hands.
sometimes you just gotta kill the motherfucker.
Yeah. And
What do you think by any means necessary means? Sometimes violence is absolutely warranted, and I will die on that hill.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the violence is already happening. Let's just redirect it.
Precisely. Violence is a response. It's not an answer, but it is a response.
Yep. Well, we'll get to the violence. So, despite being really obviously plied and convinced and bribed to kill someone,
Yeah.
the 2 B-boys definitely stayed at the house, hung out, continued to enjoy her hospitality and the practically unlimited food and drink that she offered them.
They were at least engaging with the idea on a basic level because they were currently like sitting in the lap of luxury in her presence.
Yeah. And her husband and her boyfriend were both out of town together for like a while. So she was just like, yeah, you can stay here. Then you'll owe me.
What if those 2 were hooking up after eternity?
They might. They're together. They're always together.
They're besties.
They're besties.
They share everything.
Yeah, they're very close.
Including their orgasms.
Mm-hmm. They're roommates. Okay, so she asked the 2 soldiers to stay with her to see whether or not her husband would indeed return. Mm-hmm. After 10 or 11 days, they were there for so long.
Oh, my God.
Finally, Josh came home.
We have to go.
They had nowhere else to go.
Fair.
They had abandoned their military unit.
True.
Where the fuck do they have to be?
Right.
This is a best case scenario for them.
Yeah. You're totally right.
They have nowhere to be.
No.
So Josh comes home and
he's like,
who
the fuck are you guys?
Who the fuck are these guys? Yeah. So he's like, hey, Beth.
What?
You got anything? What's going on? And she was like, don't worry about it. And he was like, okay, well, can you guys leave tomorrow morning? And they're like, yeah, we'll leave in the morning.
About it.
We'll leave in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So they left, but before they left, Bath was like, don't go too far because remember, I still want to pay you $1,000 and I'll give you all of Josh's clothes if you just kill him.
Oh my God, he has so many beautiful wool coats.
Probably.
From Quince.
Yes.
He has like
under $200
full of Quince.
starting at $120. Can't do better
Promo
than
code
that.
gals.
But actually, I have a list of coats I want from Quince. Okay.
For real.
Okay, so they stayed in town, but also as soon as they left, Bath wrote to Ezra to be like, get your ass back
in
here.
What
you
the
did
fuck?
not solve the problem. What the fuck are you doing? Get off your mommy's teat.
Yeah.
Get back here and kill my husband, please.
Holy shit. She's a fucking monster.
She's in control of the sitch, though. I mean, she's
Oh my God.
short of killing him herself, which well, just do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so on March 1st, 1778, the 2 B-boys came back to Bath's house, the Spooner house, where Ezra was already waiting. She had successfully demanded that he get back there.
Mm-hmm.
Bath served the 3 men some supper and some rum.
Okay, so the 3 men being
The
her
2 B-boys and Ezra.
and Ezra, her side piece.
Yes, her
Okay.
husband,
Is
Josh,
gone again.
was at the bar.
Oh, okay. Smart.
So he's getting drunk at the tavern down the street.
Mm-hmm.
She gives him food,
They
gets
get to
him a little drunk. When
start
Josh
plotting.
when Josh returns home, Brooks knocks Josh to the floor and begins beating him to death.
Okay, which one's Brooks? Is that Ezra Brooks?
No, Brooks is one of the B-boys.
One of the B-boys. Okay.
Brooks and Buchanan.
Buchanan. Okay.
While this was happening, Ezra took out Josh's watch from his pocket and gave it to Buchanan, the other B-boy. Once Josh was dead, the 3 men, 2 B-boys and Ezra, carried him outside into the yard and dumped his body down the well.
You know, this is kind of smart.
It's one way to contaminate a well.
Yeah,
first of all.
that's
That was-
gnarly. It's kind of smart on Bath and Ezra's part, though, to let the B-boys do their thing. Ezra's like, oh, cool, good job. Here's this great fancy watch. And then they can turn around and tell the authorities, oh my God, these fucking British, deserters broke into our house. They killed my husband. They robbed us.
Mm-hmm.
And they fled.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't us. But now that he's gone, Ezra will comfort me. Ezra's here because he came to my aid. He heard the skirmish. He and my husband were so close. He's devastated.
That may have been part of the plan, but that's definitely not how it panned out.
Which is such a bummer because what a good idea, right? That tracks.
Yeah. Duh.
She should have listened to Wine and Crime podcast. That's where she fucked up.
I know. Alas, it was the 70s.
It was the 70s.
70s.
It was the 70s.
It was the 70s. Okay. So Bath was like, sick. You guys did it. Good job. Here's the $1,000. Here's some clothes, including a pair of monogrammed silver shoe buckles, monogrammed with Josh Spooner's initials.
Again, the thievery story is panning out. So the evidence is so there.
Well, there's one big problem, and it's that these 2 are fucking stupid. So the next night, the 2 B-boys were out drinking in a bar in Worcester, Worcester.
Worcester.
14 miles away from wherever they were,
the fuck they were.
Brooksfield, whatever. Showing off their new shoe buckles, their new shiny shoe buckles, their new monogrammed shoe buckles.
Them being stupid should be perfect for Bath and Ezra to be like, yeah, they broke in here, they killed this guy, and look at them, they're boasting about it at the bar.
And they were also wearing all of Josh's clothing.
Yep,
so
they stole all of his shit.
Someone called the authorities and they were arrested, but also, unfortunately for them, Ezra was also at the bar drinking with them. Okay. And he hid in the attic from the police when they came, but they found him hiding in the attic. So they were like, you're suspicious.
Why you up here, bud?
All three of them were arrested, and all three of them turned immediately on Bath.
Hey, man.
Instantly.
You got us. You got us. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Holy
They found
shit.
Josh in the well. They arrested Bath. They also arrested 3 of Bath's servants who later testified on behalf of the prosecution against Bath, and they were let go.
Yeah, what the fuck did they have to do with anything? Leave them alone.
Well, okay, so they're arrested for like different things. Like the one B-boy is arrested for actual murder, and then the other ones are like
Josh.
Conspiracy, hiding evidence, blah, blah, blah. So they were saying the servants probably knew something because they were in the house.
And a lot was going on.
And a lot was going on. But also maybe they just arrested them that was their leverage to get them to testify.
Yeah.
It was the 70s. There's no laws.
It was the 70s.
Yeah. So also keep in mind, the trial took place at Worcester's Old South Meeting House on April 24th, 1778. Mm-hmm. And remember what happened in 1776.
Is that the Boston Massacre? Tea Party?
Well, it's when we became the United States, the Declaration of Independence.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's right.
So this was the most sensational trial in the history of the United States. And people were really into it.
Because the United States were 7 seconds old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So the trial lasted all day.
Wow. If only they knew then what we know now.
It was the first capital trial to be held under the newly formed United States government in Massachusetts, and it passed judgment on what was considered to be one of the most extraordinary crimes to be committed in New England.
That's so funny that you covered that case, because my case is not far off.
Oh, no.
From that.
How did we manage to cover such a similar case when we're doing birthday crime?
The details of the case itself are not similar, but the historical significance and era are quite similar. We can piece together. I have bested you in one part.
I'm not done yet. Okay.
Prove it.
I mean, I'm not done.
Prove it.
Okay. I'll keep talking. The prosecuting attorney was Robert Treat Payne, who was a literal signer of the Declaration of Independence.
What?
So he was...
Can you imagine?
It's
mind-blowing because, it didn't... I mean, of course, at the time, in the moment, it was a turning point moment. It had instant historical significance, to some degree. But obviously not the same as we experience it now. People just knew those guys.
Yeah. Well, there were 45 people in this country who were part of this United States government.
Right.
It's
that's just, okay. Payne.
It's a pretty small. Yeah. Tommy.
My boy Tom. He's got this. Oh, yeah. He totally signed the Declaration of Independence. I always forget about that. Cool. Yeah, Tom's cool.
Tom's cool, yeah.
Best man at my wedding.
Actually having famous attorneys in these trials, because there's a trial in my next case too, obviously, crimes. Mm-hmm. Well, there's a famous attorney in that one too. I just realized that. Okay.
Oh my God. Yes.
So the trial was also the first in American jurisprudence in which a plea of insanity was made.
No way.
Yeah. So Bath, her lawyer claimed, was clearly mad.
Well, yeah, she's a woman. She's hysterical.
He said she had a disordered mind. Her actions were irrational, that the plan was poorly conceived with no plans for the perpetrators to escape. She's clearly insane. This was so poorly done.
You know what, though? Kind of fair argument.
Yeah.
There's no way she was thinking clearly.
No.
She's
a woman.
So bad. She's a woman.
She's a woman,
Man.
and she's hormonal because...
she's pregnant with
So
the little boy's baby.
All 4 of them were found guilty and sentenced to death by hanging. So that the date was set for June 4th, 1778. But Bath was like, but wait, I'm pregnant.
Oh, shit.
She actually said she was 5 months pregnant.
Oh, so they could have been able to, like, see. She'd be, these little malnourished colonists would be bumping by 5 months.
12 women and 2 male midwives, I hate the combination of those 2 words, testified that she was not pregnant.
No way.
But someone else was like, she's totally pregnant, you guys. So
just look at her.
So they were like, okay, we'll compromise. We're still going to hang you, but we'll push it back to July 2nd.
Let you have the baby. Oh my God.
Not let you have the baby. It was just a month later.
Oh,
we'll
just
push
to see
it back
if she
by
shows.
a month, and we'll give you a ride to the gallows.
So they were going to hang her regardless, even if she was like very obviously pregnant.
Yeah.
Damn, that is fucked up.
But we'll give you a ride. You don't have to walk there. The regular part of the punishment is having to walk to the
walk
gallows.
of shame.
But they're like, we'll get you an Uber. It's fine.
Oh my God, I'm gonna.
It was a carriage, but still.
We'll get you a Lyft carriage.
So she actually like takes all this in stride. Like she's not really sweating it too, apparently. So she's like, fucking fine. But after I'm dead, do an autopsy on me so you can see that I am pregnant.
Yeah, you fucking loser assholes.
So 4 people were hanged on July 2nd, 1778, before a crowd of 5,000 spectators.
Oh, yeah.
Because again, it was a very famous case.
And what else was there to do?
Exactly. In Worcester's Washington Square, Bath, Ezra, and the 2 B-boys. She was 33 years old. So I guess Ezra was 17.
6 were hanged. Her baby.
Well, that would make it 5, but yeah.
Oh, 5 were hanged.
Newspapers described the case as the most extraordinary crime ever perpetrated in New England. On the evening of her execution, Bath was autopsied by a team of surgeons as requested, and she was indeed found to be pregnant with a 5-month-old boy fetus.
Yup.
Historians have questioned the motivation and validity of the opinions of the panel who examined her for pregnancy. Because remember all that backstory about her loyalist dad?
Yep.
How everyone kind of hated
People
her
are
anyway.
like, yeah, let's get rid of her. No, she wasn't pregnant.
Yep. So that suggests that she was executed based on the hostility in the community against her father's support of the British cause. Also, the deputy secretary and the leader of the Massachusetts Executive Council who signed her death warrant was part of a group of patriots called the Loyal Nine. So they were like super pro-America. They were specifically anti-Timothy Ruggles, her dad. And he was also a close relative of Josh's stepbrother. So
the deceased stepbrother.
More small town shit. They were just like, well, I'm signing your death warrant. I don't think you look pregnant. Yeah. The infamous well, which served as Josh's temporary coffin, is identified by a granite marker.
It's still there? Or like the hole?
You can't see the hole. It's just, it looks like a gravestone. But in the summertime, the stone is so densely covered by poison ivy that you can't even get close to it.
Oh!
Yeah.
That's some witchy shit.
And this really doesn't have much. I mean, okay. Shortly after the executions on July 5th, I just added this in here because it's so just diabolical.
Oh, God. Okay.
Reverend Ebenezer Parkman, the minister of a nearby town of Westboro, delivered a sermon
that's
entitled...
where my aunt lives.
Really?
Yeah. I have aunts in Westboro and Worcester.
Cute. His sermon was entitled, "The Adulteress Shall Hunt for the Precious Life." So he basically took his sermon from like tabloids and just like sensationalized the already sensational news and made it into his sermon. So I'm going to read a little quote for you.
Oh my God.
"So keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. Neither let her take thee with her eyelids. There are 1,000 dangers that poor young wretches are in by reason of the snares and traps which are everywhere laid, particularly the poor beardless youth, not quite 18.
Yeah.
So he's like, hey, boys, keep it in your pants. Don't trust women. They're all evil.
You know what? Fair.
Woman stuff.
Women's stuff will kill you.
So yeah, she was just a woman doing woman stuff.
Unbelievable.
So I have another story.
Okay.
It takes place in a similar time period, but we can, again, kind of piece together through history. From the 16th to the 19th centuries, an estimated 12 million Africans were forcibly shipped across the Atlantic Ocean to the New World in the transatlantic slave trade. Of those, at least 1.5 million are believed to have perished before even reaching shore, done in by the horrid conditions on board the ships. Disease, famine, dying of thirst, dying of hunger, or murder. In 1807, the U.S. Congress joined with Great Britain in abolishing the African slave trade, although the trading of enslaved people within the United States was not prohibited.
Right.
They
It's
were
like we
just
cannot bring new individuals over, but
just stopped
whoever's
shipping them
already
over.
here, yeah, we still own. Oh God, it makes me sick.
they had enough people reproducing. They didn't need more people, and it was very expensive. And at the end of the day, that was probably the main reason.
Of course.
Of course. Despite the international ban on the importation of enslaved Africans, and because that shit was still legal inside these countries, illegal abductions and trafficking continued. It was just on a smaller scale. So, for example, Cuba continued to transport captive Africans to its sugar plantations until the 1860s. So there was still a market for enslaving Africans. Along the coast of present-day Sierra Leone, Spanish slave trader Pedro Blanco, evil, horrible, renowned slave trader. He was said to live partly like a European aristocrat and partly like an African king. So he partnered up with a local leader to help him round up his human cargo.
Oh my God.
In February of 1839, slave hunters abducted a large group of Africans from Sierra Leone. One of those people was a young man named Sengbe Pai. Pia. I'm not really sure how to say his last name. Sengbe was born in Mendi, Sierra Leone in about 1815, so he was about 24 years old at this time. His father was a local chief. Sengbe was married with 3 kids, and he worked as a rice farmer. According to one primary source, he was about 5 feet 8 inches tall and very well built. A quote from the New York Journal of Commerce from August 1839 reads, and I'm just reading this to put into context, I guess, the description, his physical description.
Okay.
He is a Negro who would command in New Orleans under the hammer at least $1,500.
Oh my God. So at auction in New Orleans up in the States. Yeah.
He would get about $1,500 at least. He's so impressive. So on this day of February 1839, he was walking along a well-traveled path near his home when he was captured by 4 black strangers. His wife and 3 children were unaware of what had happened, and they thought that he might have been eaten by animals, but he just never came home, and they never saw him again.
Oh my God.
He later thought that his captors might have been members of a rival tribe or debt collectors, because that kind of kidnapping for debt collection, it wasn't uncommon.
Right.
So he was captured and then forced to walk for days to reach the coast. And Sengbe and 52 other Africans arrived at Blanco's slave depot, which is known as Lomboko. Kept in barracks, they were stripped naked and thoroughly inspected from head to toe. disease, famine, and beatings were commonplace at this site. Then after several weeks, they and 500 or so other captives were loaded onto a ship called the Tecora. It was a Portuguese slave ship. According to testimony that the Amistad captives gave later, because this is the story of the Amistad, they were shackled around the ankles, wrists, and neck, and forced to sleep tightly together in contorted positions with not enough headroom to even stand up straight. Whippings were handed out for even minor offenses like not finishing breakfast, and each morning dead bodies were brought up from the lower deck and tossed into the ocean. So they're on this ship crossing the Atlantic for 2 fucking months. Finally, they arrive in Havana, Cuba, which was then a Spanish colony. So they're taken off the ship. They're paraded out at a slave market and just like poked and examined and prodded and ultimately sold. Jose Ruiz purchased 49 adults and Pedro Montes purchased 4 children. I don't know if these guys were like partners, but they were at least traveling together at this time.
Sure.
They had plans to bring them kind of along the coast of Cuba and stopping at ports to sell them to sugar plantations that were along the coast. But they were heading to a specific plantation a few hundred miles away in Puerto Principe, which is now Camagüey. Nailed it. Cuba. Ruiz and Montes, both Spaniards, then loaded the enslaved people onto the Amistad, which ironically means friendship in Spanish.
Ugh.
Great.
Oh, that's so sick.
I know. At some point, Sengbei was given the name Joseph Cinque, Cinque. So that is how his name is recorded in a lot of history texts, if you have heard of him before. But we'll be calling him Sengbei because that was his name.
His name, yeah.
On June 28th, the ship left the Havana Harbor, under the cover of night to avoid being seen by the many British anti-slavery patrol ships. On board, the captives continued suffering severe mistreatment, including the pouring of salt, rum, and gunpowder into freshly inflicted wounds.
Jesus Christ.
They developed a particular dislike for the cook on the ship, who delighted in insinuating that they would all be killed, chopped up, and eaten. So he's terrorizing them psychologically in his own way, that particular person. And everyone fucking hated him.
Well, and there were like verified reports of
eating of them.
Yes. Of enslaved people being eaten.
I mean,
it's an unimaginable level of horrific. And there's a film called Amistad.
We'll get to it. It's a 1997 blockbuster by Steven Spielberg. It'll ruin your day.
And it should, because it's like, it's one of the few pieces of media that accurately portrays what the transatlantic slave trade was, you know? And it will make you, if it doesn't, if it doesn't
wasn't
move you
severe enough.
No,
it was a Hollywood film. It's not.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's the most accurate piece of media. And it still couldn't possibly show every ounce of the horror that we did inflict on these people. But like, if you're not like throwing up or at least sobbing in agony watching it, I like don't know. I don't know where your humanity has gone. It's one of the worst things you could ever imagine.
Yeah. Yes. And a very important story about these specific events. So they fucking hate the chef. And despite being from at least 9 different ethnic groups, because nothing unites a diverse group like a mutual hatred for someone, the Africans agreed one night to band together in revolt. And I am calling them the Africans because all we really know for sure is that they were all from Africa.
Yeah, and
they were from different parts, different tribes, different villages.
There aren't great records of their names and exactly where they came from, and that was also intentional, so they could never reunite with their families. So yeah,
well,
they are people from Africa.
I just want to address, because I'm not trying to overgeneralize, because Africa is a entire continent.
Right. And I think that also shows how united they had to be against these horrors, because it was and remains a huge diaspora of different cultures across, like you said, an entire continent. These are not like people who all knew each other. They were from all different parts of the continent.
Yeah. Yep. They're down in the horrible lower decks together. One night, Sengbei found a nail somewhere, or he had found a nail, and he used it to pick or break open his shackles and his neck, his collar. And then he went around and freed everyone else from their shackles and iron collars. Then he quietly led everyone up to the main deck, headed straight for the cook, and bludgeoned him to death in his sleep.
Yes.
Though awakened by the tumult, the other 4 crew members, plus Ruiz and Montez, who are these guys who had bought these people, didn't have time to load their guns. Grabbing a dagger and a club, the captain managed to kill 1 African and mortally wound another. So 2 Africans passed away in this mutiny. But he was eventually slashed to death with the cane knives that the Africans had found in the ship's hold. They found like a bunch of like rusty machetes, and they slaughtered the captain with it.
Good.
Yeah. 2 other crew members threw a canoe overboard and jumped into the water after it. I believe they fully escaped. I don't know. They were in the middle of the water, so I don't know whatever. But the cabin boy stayed out of the fighting altogether. He was spared. He was also a very young enslaved person of color, so I think they were just like, we're not going to kill you because you're in the same time. Ruiz and Montez, meanwhile, were relieved of their weapons, tied up, and ordered to sail them back to Sierra Leone.
Yes, bring us the fuck home.
So the Africans, none of them had grown up like on the coast, so they didn't know how to navigate in the ocean really at all. Montez was kind of the one who knew how to navigate the most. So that they kept them alive and forced Ruiz and Montez, mostly Montez, to take them home.
Yep.
So during the day, the 2 Spaniards set an eastward course because they at least knew they knew a direction they were going.
Right.
As they had been told to do. However, at night, they headed north and west in the hopes of being rescued. So they were trying to attract the attention of one of their fellow Spaniards who would save their ship and regain control.
Oh, God.
So over 2 fucking months, they're doing this. They have an uneven course between the U.S. and Africa. After passing through the Bahamas, where the Amistad stopped on various small islands, it moved up the coast of the United States. And news reports began to appear of a mysterious schooner with an all-black crew and tattered sails steering erratically. So people were seeing this ship and being like,
something's not right.
Over there? Someone's drunk driving or something.
Yeah.
Well, with little to drink on board, dehydration and dysentery took a toll, and several more Africans died. Finally, on August 26, a U.S. Navy brig ran into the Amistad off the eastern end of Long Island. They made it all the way up there.
Damn.
Ruiz and Montez were freed at once, with the Africans imprisoned in Connecticut, which, unlike New York, was still a slave state at the time. The Spaniards told the authorities that they had purchased the Africans in Cuba, where it was legal, so really they weren't the ones breaking the law.
Right.
We were held captive. They killed some people. As the Africans languished in poorly ventilated jail cells, thousands of curious visitors paid an admission fee to come look at them.
Yep.
Because everyone had heard about the ships. They were shocked that they had overthrown the crew, basically. Media coverage was extensive, and by early September, a New York City theater was already putting on a play entitled The Long, Low Black Schooner.
Oh, my God.
It had just infected popular culture. Influential abolitionists helped secure the Africans a trial in Hartford, Connecticut, in a federal district court. This was all in your neighborhood.
That's crazy.
Yet they faced a formidable suite of opponents. The naval officers who captured the Amistad claimed salvage rights to both the vessel and the Africans.
The cargo.
The cargo.
Yep.
as did 2 hunters who had come across some of the Africans looking for water along the Long Island shoreline. So they were just like, oh, finders keepers on these human beings.
Fuck. Makes me want to fucking throw up.
Ruiz and Montez likewise wanted their so-called property back, whereas the Spanish and the U.S. governments requested that the Africans be returned to Cuba, where near certain death awaited them.
Yeah, no.
Believing that the court would take his side, the president at the time, Martin Van Buren, sent a Navy ship to pick up the Africans to transport them away before the abolitionists could file an appeal. So he's like, they're obviously going to be found guilty. So I want to get them the fuck out of here so they can't have another trial. But they're going to be found guilty. So I'm not jumping the gun at all.
Yeah.
Except he super was. The Hartford court ruled in January 1840 that the Africans had been illegally brought to Cuba in the first place and that they therefore were not enslaved people. They had been abducted because we're not doing the fucking transcontinental thing anymore, transatlantic thing. So the Van Buren administration immediately appealed to a circuit court and then to the Supreme Court. So he's like, cancel the ship. We're filing the appeal.
Yeah, they can't leave.
And during that trial, the Africans were represented by John Quincy Adams.
Oh, Jesus.
Who ultimately won their case in a 7-1 Supreme Court decision. So,
which is pretty astonishing because he was a racist piece of shit.
But he was a lawyer.
I mean,
and he was representing them.
Was a racist piece of shit. Right. He just wanted to win.
Well, he did. After over 18 months of just the incarceration in the United States, not to mention the time spent enslaved
on the ship
and on the ship.
Stolen from their home.
They were finally free.
Oh, my God.
And once they got their freedom, they found out that the British had destroyed Blanco's Lomboko slave depot back in Sierra Leone in a surprise raid. So they were like, yes, that motherfucker's out of there. So like our home is safe again. In its decision, the Supreme Court cleared the U.S. government of any repatriation duties, and the new president, John Tyler, declined to provide funds of his own accords. They were like, well, you're free, but like you're here now, so.
Yeah, we're not going to help you get home.
No.
That's
you're
not
here now.
our job. Oh,
it's not our job.
Them.
Salvage rights.
Oh, my God.
Went to the naval officers, meaning the naval officers got the ship.
Yep.
The Africans did not. So now their potential vehicle has been confiscated. As a result, abolitionists were forced to raise money from scratch for their journey back to Sierra Leone. So they like kind of started a GoFundMe. And a bunch of abolitionists were like, yes, if we can donate money to literally return you to your homeland. So they did. After one of the subsequently drowned in a possible suicide, the number of total survivors fell to 35. So they started with 54 plus 4, 58 people, and now they're at 35.
Wow.
At fucking last, on November 26, 1841, they and 5 Christian missionaries boarded a boat, arriving at their destination about 7 weeks later. So they went back to Sierra Leone.
Damn.
A few of the Amistad rebels stayed with the missionaries because the missionaries went there to establish like an anti-slave trade. Like they were there to put roots there to be like, we don't do this anymore.
Right.
Like, you're safe. We're not allowing this anymore. Among the ones who stayed with the missionaries were the 4 children. I don't know how old the 4 children were, but they did all survive. And so they're staying with these missionaries. They also all took English names. Very fucking devastating that they could not or did not weren't returned to their families. But most of them apparently made a beeline for their villages and their families and subsequently vanished from the historical record. Sangbi discovered that his wife and 3 children had been killed while he was away. And he left the mission to do some trading further down the coast, but he never returned, and it's not known when or how he died. So, couple of pop culture references. We mentioned Amistad, 1997, directed by Steven Spielberg. Morgan Freeman plays not Sangbe, but the leading role. Anthony Hopkins plays John Quincy Adams. And Matthew McConaughey's in it too. And Jaimin or Jimin Hanso, he is an actor who you would definitely recognize. He plays Sengbei. And last but not least, the Amistad is mentioned in Whitney Houston's classic, Your Love Is My Love. Did you know this? Your love is my love. So it goes, it would take an eternity to break us, and the chains of Amistad couldn't hold us. I never knew what she was saying.
Beautiful.
The chains of Amistad.
Wow.
So yeah, that mutiny started on my birthday, July 2nd. I don't even remember if I mentioned that.
You didn't, and I was waiting for it, but you got there.
Sorry. On the morning of July 2nd, he found the nail and picked the shackles.
Incredible.
There we go.
Wow.
So those are my 2 birthday crimes.
Unbelievable. What a... Okay. Yup. Let's take... Wow. Great job.
It's the happiest ending for most of them that you could kind of get.
I mean...
After...
They were heroes, and it was a turning point in global history.
Sengbei. And they got home.
That's unbelievable. And like that did not mean that that there was safety when they got home. Obviously, there's still not safety to this very day. But
no,
but that
unbelievable. I mean, how many enslaved Africans could even dream of the reality of being able to return home?
Right.
It's just wild.
They did it.
Fuck. I would say I should rewatch that movie, but I don't think I'm not in the mental space to do that right now.
Well, put it on the list.
It's on the list. All right.
Okay, let's take a quick break to hear a word from our sponsors, unless, of course, you are a member of Uncorked, and then this will just come right back. No ads for you.
You lucky duck.
We're not huge meat eaters in our house, so when we're craving it, it can be hard for me to know, like, what is high quality? What should I be buying? How should I be cooking it? How can I get creative? Like, my fridge sometimes at dinner is full of question marks, especially when it comes to my meat consumption. I don't know precisely what to do. And that's why ButcherBox has become like my best friend. They've got my back. You can skip the confusion at the supermarket. What cut do I get? What's grass fed? What's, what fish should I get? No. Let them do it for you because ButcherBox is delivering better meat right when you need it, baby.
ButcherBox delivers better meat and seafood straight to your door, our favorite, including 100% grass-fed beef, free-range organic chicken, pork raised crate-free, and wild-caught seafood. They have it all. I love being able, midway through the day, I'm like, oh, what are we going to do for dinner? Oh, wait, I'm just going to open my freezer.
Oh, I have pork ribs in here ready to be slow cooked.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh my God. It has saved many a dinners in my household. All ButcherBox proteins are sourced from partners who meet strict animal welfare and sustainability standards. That means no antibiotics or added hormones ever. So whether you're feeding a growing family or trying to eat clean without the stress, or frankly, avoiding trips just to the grocery store, to the meat counter, ButcherBox offers curated or fully customizable plans that fit your schedule and your preferences. And as a certified B Corp, ButcherBox is committed to high standards from how the animals are raised to how their team supports workers and reduces environmental impact. All very important things to me. I mean, having meat in your diet can be tricky enough, and ButcherBox just makes it so much easier to feel good about what you're consuming and just feel good about where that lands on the supply chain, Plus, every box ships for free always and includes member-only perks like recipe inspiration, tips, and exclusive deals to help you make the most out of every meal.
Right now, ButcherBox is offering our listeners $20 off their first box and free protein for a year. Go to butcherbox.com/gals to get this limited time offer and free shipping always. That's butcherbox.com/gals. Don't forget to use our link so they'll know we sent you. I'm not a top chef. I'm not a food prepper. I am the kind of person who the only version of me that exists is the version of me that is right now. And so I don't always plan ahead. And that means it can be really hard for me to get balanced nutrition. I'm not filling my plate every day with vegetables. And I've never been great at that. I needed something to to hold my hand, and I'm telling you right now, Ritual reached for me, and I clung. Ritual's Essential for Women 18 Plus multivitamin. It's not exactly a salad in a pill, but it is formulated to help you fill key nutrient gaps that you might not be getting enough of from your diet.
Yeah, I eat like a raccoon. I'm just scavenging for whatever is available. I think about like the the food pyramid we learned about.
Yes.
I don't know the last time I had an actually, by definition, well-balanced meal. And that's why Ritual's Essential for Women is really like filling those gaps that I really don't even need to think about it. So I take my multivitamin every morning along with my morning pills. We've all got pills.
We all have pills.
So I just take my pill. I don't have to worry about anything else. Ritual's Essential third-party tested for heavy metals and clean label project certified, so you know that you can trust what you're putting in your body. These multivitamins are vegan, non-GMO, project verified, gluten and major allergen free, and made traceable. So you know what's going in your body. It's also HSA and FSA eligible with the seamless checkout experience, so you can save when you shop with those pre-tax dollars. It's a win-win. Ritual also conducted a university-led clinical trial for their Essential for Women 18 Plus multivitamin to assess its efficacy. And we have hard results, people.
The results are in.
They're in. It increased vitamin D levels by 43% and omega-3 DHA levels by 41% in just 12 weeks. Their Essential for Women 18 Plus multi contains 9 key nutrients in 2 delayed release capsules designed for optimal absorption per day. And this is my favorite part. These are designed to be gentle on your tum-tum. They have a minty essence in every bottle that can help make taking your multis actually more enjoyable, because we all know what I'm talking about. Sometimes those multivitamins don't smell very good, and then you don't want it. It's just not enjoyable. So they have really thought of everything here with Ritual.
They sure have. So instead of striving for perfect health, aim for supporting foundational health. Get 25% off your first month only at ritual.com/gals. Start Ritual or add Essential for Women 18 Plus to your subscription today. That's ritual.com/gals for 25% off.
Do you ever wake up sweaty or totally freezing or just like uncomfortable because you're both sweaty and freezing?
Yes.
The temperature in your bedroom can really make or break your sleep, and that is why Amanda and I have both switched to Miracle Made sheets. They're my favorite. They're inspired by NASA technology using silver-infused, temperature-regulating fabric to help you sleep perfectly all night long.
These are the bad boys I reached for when we got back from traveling. Slipping into bed for the first good night's sleep back in your own bed on these sheets was heaven, let me tell you. You can sleep at the perfect temperature because Miracle Made sheets are crafted with NASA-inspired silver-infused fabric that helps regulate your body temperature. So if you're a hot sleeper, if you're a cold sleeper, it doesn't matter. These sheets help keep you in the comfort zone all night long. They also stay clean longer. So thanks to antibacterial silver technology, Miracle Made sheets can stay cleaner and fresher up to 3 times longer than regular sheets. That means fewer odors, fewer wash cycles, way less laundry, and you're not sleeping on bacteria. It's better for your skin because all that hidden bacteria that's in regular sheets, it's going to clog your pores. It can cause breakouts. And Miracle Made's antibacterial design helps you sleep cleaner and clearer night after night. And I'm telling you right now, they are luxuriously comfortable without that luxury price. They feel just as good, if not better, than sheets that you would find at a 5-star hotel. But without the steep price tag, these are smooth, breathable, and ridiculously comfortable. We love them.
We love them. Upgrade your sleep or give the gift of better rest. Go to trymiracle.com/gals to try Miracle Made sheets today. You'll save over 40%, and when you use promo code GALS, you'll get an extra 20% off plus a free 3-piece towel set. They make an amazing gift, and with a 30-day money-back guarantee, there's no risk. That's trymiracle.com/gals, code GALS at checkout. Thanks to Miracle Made for sponsoring this episode.
Y'all, I have always been someone that's been intimidated by cooking. Okay, I have the ADHD. It's hard for me to follow, challenging recipes, and I've got that type of ADHD where if I'm not good at it right away, I don't want to do it anymore. And I'm going to introduce you to your new best friend, That is every plate. Because if you think you have to, A, spend big bucks, B, tons of time, or C, be some sort of expert chef in the kitchen to make delicious food at home, I'm telling you, think again. When you use every plate, you get restaurant-level deliciousness week after week with recipes like, girl, I'm already drooling, crispy buffalo ranch chicken. Hi. Cheesy Mexican street corn hash. Hello.
Yeah.
Things that, like, if you're wandering through the grocery store and you're thinking about what you want to eat, you probably won't come up with by yourself, but are so quick and easy to make and will absolutely shock you how amazing they are.
They'll blow your socks off.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to spend less on these flavor-packed homemade meals than you would on your normal groceries or at a restaurant. And I feel like the older I get, the more precious my evening time gets,
Yes.
especially with a young child. I don't want to spend my whole night in the kitchen. I don't want to have a ton of dishes. And I don't want to spend that much at the grocery store. Like, these things really add up, and every plate is helping with all of these pain points. So if you find yourself cooking the same things over and over and over again, and you're in a rut and you hate it and you can't, like, think your way out of it, up your dinner game in 30 minutes or less with Every Plate's clear, easy-to-follow recipes. They're delicious. They're so easy. And thanks to Every Plate's constantly rotating weekly recipes delivered right to your door, you'll always have the best answer to, hey, what's for dinner?
Yeah, your husband's literally a chef, and this has still made a huge impact on your family. It's
Truly.
amazing. So what are you waiting for? Dig into these flavor-packed meals your household will love. New customers can enjoy this special offer of only $1.99 a meal. Go to everyplate.com/podcast and use code GALS199 to get started. Applied as discount on first box, limited time only. So, as it turns out, my birthday, September 30th, in history, had a lot of other shit in it too, but had the historical moment of the first person who was tried and executed for murder in the U.S. colonies.
What the fuck?
So yours was like after it was established as the United States.
Oh my
Mine was
God.
like within just the first few years of being there.
Cool. Weird.
So we're going to dive into the story of John Billington.
Ooh.
Warning, everyone in this story is named John. I mentioned it multiple times. Hear that, John, our editor?
Oh, no.
I want you to, like, if we were drinking today, it would be like, take a shot every time someone new is also named John.
Oh, my God. I'm imagining just 12 shots deep.
Well, like, at least 5.
Oh,
4,
God.
5.
Waking up with a headache. Got it.
So, the year 1620. The ship, the Mayflower. Ever heard of it? That bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Making her way to deliver colonizers to the, quote, New World. Among the 102 passengers were the separatists, known as the Pilgrims, yearning for their religious freedom, and then the strangers. This was like the actual colloquial reference between this kind of divided group, like specifically on the Mayflower.
That is really funny.
They called them the Saints and the Strangers.
The Sharks and the Crips or whatever.
Yeah, pretty much.
What's the other one? The Jets.
The Jets. So the Pilgrims, they're wanting religious freedom. They're the Saints. The Strangers are people like John Billington and his wife, Eleanor. She's also referred to as Ellen in some historical accounts. And their 2 sons, John Jr. and Francis. So we've already got 2 Johns.
So what's their goal? If the separatists are,
The strangers aren't fleeing persecution. They are looking for a better life. Because there were also a lot of, like, the New World had been discovered, right? By whatever. But this is when we're trying to establish colonies in the New World.
Yes.
So there were also a lot of, like, financial incentives for families who were qualified, quote unquote. So, like, white and at least middle class, whatever, to get to go and purchase land.
Virgin land.
Yeah, and establish
You got
life.
lumber, you got fur, you got gold.
So capitalism. It was either like religious freedom or capitalism. Those were kind of the 2 reasons to go. So he's on the capitalism
entrepreneurial
side.
spirit.
Yeah. So the Billingtons and the other strangers were not fleeing persecution. They were simply looking for a better life. John Billington hailed from Spalding, Lincolnshire, born sometime around 1590 or 1579 or 1580, either the 70s or the 80s, making him about 40 years old when he embarked on that journey on the Mayflower. Pretty gnarly journey. Even before they reached Plymouth, the Billington family had made their presence known on the Mayflower.
Oh.
During the 10-week sea voyage, John Billington was involved in a mutiny attempt, making, quote, discontented and mutinous speeches.
Oh my God. He's just being dramatic.
He's definitely a drama king. Because the ship landed in Massachusetts instead of where they had been told it would land, which was Virginia, which is also like, what's the difference? But whatever. At this time, at least.
Yeah.
His son, Francis, nearly sank the Mayflower by recklessly firing a musket near a half-empty barrel of gunpowder.
Okay.
Frank is not that bright.
But he's not John.
Sparked a fire that, quote, by God's mercy, caused no harm. So no one got hurt from it, and the ship did not sink.
Okay.
Governor William Bradford, the chronicler of Plymouth Colony, would later describe them as, quote, one of the most profanest families among them.
They're just rednecks.
Yep. Upon arriving in the New World, the strangers initially didn't want to live under Pilgrim rules, the Saints' rules, but the unexpected landing in Massachusetts forced them all to sign the Mayflower Compact, a document establishing rules for self-governance. John Billington scrawled his name in a show of good faith, but it was, for the Saints, a compromise of their religious purity. So basically nobody was happy about it. He's like, I don't want to fucking sign this, and you don't want me signing it because I don't believe in your God.
And that was only because they landed in Massachusetts instead of Virginia. So it's
And
a different territory,
it's
different
new
requirements.
territory to like be claimed, essentially. Billington's reputation as a troublemaker only solidified in Plymouth. In March 1621, he committed what was reported as, quote, the first offense since arrival. So what had happened was he refused to perform military duty and spoke, quote, opprobrious speeches, so angry or critical speeches, to Captain Miles Standish. For this, quote, contempt of the captain's lawful command, Billington was sentenced to have his, quote, neck and heels tied together.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah. He avoided...
Hogtied.
Literally. He avoided this painful punishment by, quote, humbling himself and craving pardon. But the incident marked him as defiant, and the colonists were not, like, the Saints colonists were not chill about it. They're like, we have our fucking eye on you, dude.
Yeah. Relax.
Stop with your opprobrious speeches. Cease your opprobrious speeches at once, John. They're trying to fire John, which we carry the tradition of continuing to try to do, John.
Yeah. Watch out, John. We'll tie your neck and heels together.
No, what? No, we won't. That's sick. Also, it was wrist and... Oh, no, it was neck and heels. Oh, my God. So sick. But no, we're not going to threaten to do that to anyone ever. Not even John, who we will fire. So that didn't seem to stop the Billingtons, though, because the family continued to be a handful. The eldest son, then 16 years old and also named John, everybody's so
Jesus.
creative,
God.
wandered off for 5 days in 1622 and was found 20 miles away by the Nauset, a local indigenous tribe. They
were like, you lost this.
Yeah, well... This had the colonists clutching their pearls because another colony that had settled themselves in Nauset land were attacked by the tribe. Good for them. And the Nauset were aware that colonists had also been like stealing corn from nearby tribes.
Not great.
They're not happy about that, but also that they themselves had like their children kidnapped by colonists.
Oh, my God.
So there was like this narrative that, oh, the colonists just went there to start their new life and they were savagely attacked. And it's like, no, you were stealing their children and their corn and you tried to take their land without asking.
Yeah.
So like even if it was just that, they had reason. But it's like, you're also doing a lot of this other fucked up shit. But of course the colonists are like, they're dangerous. He's wandered off into their their violent village. What do we do? So this is like, this tumultuousness is creating this narrative. So when they're like, well, we got to get the kid back, they put together an armed like group of like 10 soldiers or whatever
To go get him.
to go to Nauset, and they went together with famous historical figure Squanto as translator to recover this child. The Nauset, in defiance of the narrative created about them by the English colonists, welcomed the search party, returned the boy in good health and, quote, behung with beads. The kid's like waving. There's an illustration of him on
Oh my God.
a tribal person's shoulder. Happy as a clam.
So he's totally, he's living his best.
He's completely fine. And so that was like, for the colonists, they were like, wait,
Oh,
what?
He's being carried across the river so he doesn't get his velvet slippers wet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
So the tribe also confronted the colonists about the theft of their people and their corn.
Yeah.
And they wanted to reach an agreement to basically just like, let's just leave each other the fuck alone then. Like, if we can't figure this out, y'all just do your thing over there. We're going to do our thing over here. It's chill, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The colonists repaid the corn debt and agreed to keep their damn hands off the Nauset people. And there was actually pretty solid peace between the colonists and the Nauset for decades, until obviously our white colonial bloodlust just fully takes over and we just fucking stole everything. But like for a time, like through a considerable war, they also stayed, they honored the terms of their agreement to each other. So that was pretty crazy that like all of that was basically because this kid, Billington's kid, wandered off, and now there's like a whole treaty that lasted for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
So that was crazy. John Billington's wife, Eleanor, was considered a little troublemaker too. She at one point had been confined to the stocks and whipped for slandering a Plymouth man, which good for her.
Oh, they are all troublemakers.
Mm-hmm.
Love them.
And their granddaughter, years later, I guess, would face punishment for fornication. Good for her.
You little slut.
It seemed the Billingtons were constantly at odds with the strict Pilgrim Society in the colony. Billington's clashes were not always so direct. In 1624, he was suspected of supporting John Lyford and John Oldham.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking everyone was named John. Two men who were known to be critical of the colony's strict religious policies, and they were ultimately banished. Though Billington denied involvement and stayed in the colonies, Governor Bradford's opinion of him was clear, writing to a friend, quote, "He is a knave, and so will live and die."
Ouch.
I know.
Sick burn.
Knave was a potent insult at the time, signifying
Especially
someone
for pilgrims.
unscrupulous, hostile, and not to be trusted.
Knave.
Yeah.
Underused.
Yeah. As the colony grew, Billington's allies dwindled, and the arrival of more saints to the colonies, so the religious pilgrims, isolated him further. The death of his son, John Jr., at least we're finally down a John, between 1627 and 1630, added to his growing weariness. He's isolated. His son is dead.
Not a good time.
Things aren't going great.
Yeah.
Then came the crime that would seal his place in history. In September of 1630, John Billington reportedly got into a, quote, former quarrel or old argument. So it was like this had been ongoing with maybe another family for
Bad
a while.
blood.
So he got into this argument with another colonist named John Newcomen.
Oh, Jesus.
So we're back up a John.
Yep. Okay.
Accounts suggest that Billington waylaid Newcomen on his field and shot him with a gun, whereof he died.
Oh.
So he shot this guy. Kid,
Damn.
actually. Newcomen became the first English settler killed by another settler in Plymouth Colony. The exact motive remains unclear, with some sources questioning that old argument, given Newcomen was described as a newcomer. He was a newer person in the colonies, and he seemed to be more aligned with the Plymouth pilgrim saint way of life.
Yeah, the goody two-shoes.
Is at least the narrative that the Plymouth colonists are sticking to.
Okay.
Billington was nearly 50 and Newcomen was only 17.
Oh, he was a child.
Yeah, he was a kid.
Oh, that sucks.
Yep. Probably just like a kid working in the field who his father is the one that if they had beef, they were probably the ones who had beef. This was just like, what is it? Generationally passed down beef. He just inherited it from his parents.
A family feud.
Yep. So a grand jury was quickly convened and Billington was charged with murder. He received a full trial under English law, tried by a petty jury of Plymouth magistrates, including Governor Bradford. Despite what some sources suggest was a lack of recorded defense arguments, the jury found him guilty of, quote, willful murder by plain and notorious evidence. So what that means is that he probably didn't get a fair trial. There was not a whole lot of evidence to convict him.
Okay.
And that is documented. So, like, because there's like this says, there's a lack of recorded defense arguments. Like, his defense was nothing. Like, he was not provided a defense whatsoever. That's documented. But the jury was like, no, we did it. We found him guilty of willful murder by plain and notorious evidence. There was plenty of evidence.
It's obvious.
And so it's pretty safe to assume that that this guy that the Pilgrim Saints notoriously hated, who conveniently killed one of their own and now could be himself put to death, didn't get a fair trial. But we don't really have the documentation to really dive deeper into that. So we just have to take it for what it was. He was found guilty. The Plymouth leaders faced a grave decision, as this was, quote, the first execution amongst them. They sought counsel from John Winthrop, leader of the neighboring Massachusetts Bay Colony, who unequivocally advised that Billington, quote, ought to die and the land be purged from blood.
Okay. They're also dramatic.
This whole case makes me want to watch The Witch. Like all these little clips of how they spoke.
Yes. I have to turn on the subtitles.
Yeah. It's so fascinating. And so on September 30th, 1630, John Billington was hanged.
Oh.
And it should be noted that the method of the day was slow strangulation. It's not the quick neck-breaking drop from a great height.
They just kind of hoist him up.
Yeah, that would become the standard much later. It was really just a lift and weight situation.
Oh, no.
It was, as Governor Bradford noted, quote, a matter of great sadness unto them. John Billington's legacy is a complex one. While some sources describe him as, quote, contentious, unmanageable, and undesirable, his descendants and some historians view him differently. They argue he was a, quote unquote, stranger, excluded from Pilgrim affairs, and that his actions might have been motivated by his status in the colony, perhaps even making him a victim of the very religious persecution that the saints claimed to be leaving behind. Mm-hmm. It's like he came over here to start a new life. And again, I don't even agree with that at its most basic principle, but that's what happened.
Yep.
And he came over under the pretense that y'all, the Pilgrims, were trying to escape religious persecution, but then you're just trying to force me.
We were all cool.
Yeah, you're just trying to force me to comply with your way of life, and I don't believe in what you believe in.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's a fair argument.
Very hypocritical.
What kind of figure John Billington ends up being in the annals of history, as they say, but it's a fair argument.
Annals.
The annals. His descendants suggest that he, quote, stoutly supported individual independence and freedom of speech, raising the voice of opposition when he disagreed with the rule of government. And hey, that's supposed to be one of the most, American things we can do.
You're supposed to be a pill when it's not
Give
right.
Give 'em heck. Mm-hmm. Give 'em heck. The historian...
Give 'em heck.
Give 'em heck. The historian Thomas Morton himself, who is, pro... Billington himself is no friend of the Pilgrims. He offered a contrasting epitaph noting that Billington was, quote, loved by many, and that would be quite a departure from what the Saints' history portrays about this guy. So while he holds the unfortunate title of the first English colonist executed for murder in Plymouth Colony, his story also highlights, turbulent dynamics between the religiously devout pilgrims and the more secular strangers in the earlier days of American settlement, and also sheds light on how even these like smaller preliminary colonies had different relationships with indigenous peoples that were already living there, pretty rooted in how colonists agreed to treat them.
Yeah.
Like if they could agree to leave themselves the fuck alone, they could be chill.
Yeah.
So it's like such an interesting little piece of history that is...
It's a behind the scenes.
That's a behind the scenes look at so many different dynamics that would have been going on then.
Yeah.
And today, John Billington's descendants are numerous because he had several children that survived and went on to start families. So it's estimated that there are potentially 1 million Americans with at least familial, if not directly genetic, ties to John Billington.
Oh my God.
And there's a whole website called famouskin.com that like you can put in famous historical figures famous historical figures and then see if there are like modern day famous people that are connected to them.
Cool.
So allegedly, I don't know how accurate this is, but I thought this was super fun. Some famous people connected to John Billington include Taylor Swift, Charlie Day, Vanessa Hudgens, Gina Davis,
Yes.
Dana Carvey, and Aaron Paul.
Wow.
I know! There was one other website that said Richard Gere was loosely related, and at least one American president, I don't remember which one, from a while ago. Which that's like, duh. I mean, he was an early he was like a second round colonist. Of course, you're going to be related to an American president, an early American president. But yeah, isn't that such a wild one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should look up Ruggles, the Ruggles guy.
Yeah. See if he's got famous kin.
JoJo would be listed.
Famouskin.com.
Famous kin.
There's only one way to find out. Our most trusted source, famouskin.com.
After
This episode brought
TVtropes.com.
to you by famouskin.com. Just kidding. It was actually brought to us by Sailor Alexandre.
Yes, thank you, Sailor. This was very fun.
We
it's also
love and
been
appreciate
suggested
you.
a couple times before, so we were waiting for it for a fanfic.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you, Lucy, for scheduling it as such a sweet release gift right around my birth. My very day of birth.
Crossing it off this list of birthday presents that I'm saving up for you.
Oh my God.
I don't want you to see what's on it.
Sure. Don't worry. I am too high to read much more. So you're safe.
Secret safe with me.
Secret safe with me, girl. I won't remember any of this. This is why this worked so well. Every day is new.
Fresh.
Every story I've told for the first time.
Like the fireflies at the park.
The fireflies. Oh my God. Connect with your local parks.
Oh God, we have to go.
Join
us
Sailor.
on Uncorked.
We love you. Yes, please go to our website, wineandcrimepodcast.com, to join us on Uncorked to get this episode ad-free and a bunch of bonus content.
I know you want it. Okay, thanks for listening.
Love you.
See you next week.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Wine and Crime. Our cover art is by Danielle Sylvan. Music by Phil Young and Corey Wendell. Editing by Jonathan Camp. Our production manager is Andrea Gardner. For photos, sources, and other resources, head to wineandcrimepodcast.com. You can follow us on all the socials at Wine and Crime Pod. If you'd like to show your support and get access to all sorts of wine-fueled bonus content, check out our premium channel at wineandcrimepodcast.com/uncorked. Cheers!